So what's this review embargo you're talking about, Andre?
We have the review embargo for Marvel's next big hit. The Marvels has been revealed. And you will recall that The Marvels opens on November 8th in the US. And in some international territories, it opens on November 7th, the day before. And that's probably why the movie is review embargoed until November 7th.
Oof.
So basically, it's embargoed right up until release.
Yeah.
That is a terrible sign. Holy shit.
They're trying to salvage this film, man. They know how bad it is.
Wow, that's bad.
Nia DaCosta's never getting another job.
Good luck with that. It's not going to work out for them. I mean, even though they like almost doubled the expectation for the weekend for some reason, I think they're going to fall far short.
Oh, they did that on purpose. They got begged. There's no way that those numbers shifted that much. No way.
It'll be very interesting to see the real weekend numbers because now we have like the early numbers and we have the later numbers. Let's see how this what happens when the movie opens in 2 weeks. And when is the Disney shareholder meeting in? Isn't that also around like November 8th or something?
It's the 9th. Isn't it? Let me double check.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm right.
That Thursday usually, yeah.
It's either the 8th or the 9th. I mean, I think it's the 8th or the 9th. I think it's the 9th.
Wow. That's too bad. It would have been better if it was like the week after, so that we could have like the opening.
No, they're going to use that to talk it up, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I've noticed the shift in the advertising as well, trying to make it all about girl fun and all that shit. Sorry, you're about to say, Andre.
Yeah. No. Nothing. I have to be leaving soon here, but yeah. No. So that's. All of us that did not believe in this appear to have been vindicated.
That's so
at least
bad.
for now, anyway.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm just curious about how badly it's going to bomb. How badly.
It's a 90-minute movie as well, remember? They've done everything they possibly can to generate as much profit as possible in its opening weekend. So
I wonder if this
having the embargo the day before makes perfect sense.
Well, actually,
shockingly bad.
Yeah, actually, it is the 8th. The quarterly is the 8th. And Olaf corrected me. So can you imagine? You're releasing a bomb. Your quarterly is on the 8th. The bloodbath.
That is.
You can start writing your postmortem now, Andre.
Yeah, I think I can probably write it and release it now.
Oh no!
Just have it all pre-written and just waiting for that open weekend numbers, and then as soon as that's done, boom, we'll just drop it.
Yeah.
Be the fastest postmortem in history.
Yeah.
I think the second fastest after we just got to beat Mutant Mayhem's one was the only one. That one was just because it's like it didn't fucking matter either way.
Yeah,
but
we've had some postmortems that came really, really quick for that reason because it was so obvious exactly what was going to happen. So I had the whole thing ready basically to drop as soon as we got like the final weekend numbers to slot in there. So yeah. And this obviously appears to be one of those.
Tom, I'm going to ask you a question here real quick. Is Disney now replacing Lionsgate as a bomb factory?
That would be a good question for Andre. He's the one who coined that term.
Yeah. Well, I would say
Bombgate,
they are not doing it. They already have done it at some point here. Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't for the fact that Lionsgate keeps having bombs like the Expendables and shit, like I don't know. That's the only other problem.
Yeah, but they've had like the odd John Wick and stuff like that in between as well. Like they haven't been non-stop bomb factories. They've just been like kind of like there in the background.
Well,
there was a
they're
time
about to
when
get.
there were non-stop button factories, but that's a long time ago. Now, totally, Disney has taken over that.
Yeah, but Andre, they're about to mix in another bomb at Lionsgate. They have this new Hunger Shame thing coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
because there
gonna
was
be
already
fun.
an article written recently, didn't you? I thought I sent that to you, Andre, about the Lionsgate problem, because they're noting how basically the John Wick franchise has run its course and they got nothing else because it came out like right on the heels of
So
Expendables
basically,
failing.
Lionsgate have gone back to being Lionsgate.
Yeah, they got to hope that
Lionsgate,
Twilight
got
series
Lionsgate.
takes off for them.
Jesus.
That's all they got left.
I mean, Marvel is really shipping that film out to the slaughter, aren't they? They really are.
Well, they have
That
to.
is
What do they have?
I'll make a weird prediction here. If this movie doesn't have a post-credit sequence, or at least a post-credit sequence that has absolutely motherfucking nothing to set up anything else in the future, that almost confirms what we've been hearing about Feige and the complete chaos and utter, where they have no clue where they're going. The only exception would be that it'll tie up with something that's already done, like Captain America or
Yeah, probably it's
Have you seen
going
them with Marvel?
to tease
Yeah.
Captain America. I can't imagine what else it would do.
Could be a Loki.
Because that's the
Could be a
next thing
Loki
they
tease.
have.
Thunderbolts,
I-
maybe.
It could be a Loki tease because Loki finishes around that time, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, but I don't think it
Weeks
would be
ago.
like it would rather be like a Loki crossover then, because apparently, according to Chris Gore, he's the one who told us this. There's going to be like a big universe-changing event or something in Loki, and that will be followed up on in the Marvels. So Loki will be referenced, but I don't think they're going to do like a post-credits to Loki, because Loki will be mostly done by the time that comes out. Right?
True.
There's like 3 episodes left, so there should be like 1 episode left of Loki. So probably the Marvels takes place between Loki episode 5 and 6. I think it's like
This
a
is an
sensible guess there.
This is almost the most pedantic bullshit ever on this part, because look, it's bad enough when you have to have seen one of these shows to watch one of these movies, when they're literally dropping the movie the day of, if you haven't seen the series and caught up yet. That is the dumbest thing ever for your audience. It's almost like counterproductive to creating and building an audience.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's why
massive.
they have to release this major continuity book, because like today, Marvel was supposed to release this massive MCU, the official timeline book, like 400 pages long. It got delayed. I checked. It is now coming out on Thursday instead of today. Where basically, with pictures and everything, they're going to go through all of the events in the MCU and exactly when they take place, both on the calendar and in relation to each other. Of course, you need that with how convoluted they have made it. I mean, why else would you release a book like that?
I look. The Thunderbolts isn't going to get any traction. I'm going through the list of things. None of the things in the future are going to get any traction. There's nothing you can lead into any of these new Marvel properties with, because you haven't built any of these things up, and you're spending too much money on them, and they're going to bomb.
They would have almost been better off just continuing to do the same thing for the next 10 years and not change anything or try anything new at this point. Because they're like somebody who buys a restaurant that's already a profitable restaurant, and all they had to do is just continue to let it run as it is. Like, you bought the staff, you bought everything that went with it. All you got to do is just sign the checks, right? And it's like they have gone out of their way to change everything to make it the most uninviting fucking restaurant in the world. They don't have any of the foods you used to like. In fact, they make crap that people don't want on purpose now. And then they sit there crying and whining and wondering why it's failing. It's the same thing with the MCU, right? They're even talking about it now. We're hearing it. Well, we're thinking about going back to the original characters as younger versions. Well, duh. That'd be the same thing as if like you had bought McDonald's, decided to try and make pizza instead of burgers, and then finally going, you know what? Maybe we should quit with this pizza thing and go back to burgers. Like, duh. You think? You'd have much better... Superhero movies could have lasted an extra dozen years at least, had they just continued to just keep doing the same shit they were doing already and not really rock the boat.
So it's just insane. Like,
I mean, that's just
It's
business,
insane
right,
to me.
Andre? I mean, really, at the end of the day, I mean, sure, you got to
Absolutely.
innovate and you got to change, but even if you're like looking at it from a perspective of you have at least this many years in you if you continue down this road and don't change a fucking thing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They totally have.
So bizarre.
And they did it in half the time. That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's was an entirely predictable disaster that everyone could see happening. All the fans were warning them, "Don't do this, reverse course," and everyone who did were basically called a Rossicist piece of crap for doing so.
Yeah, and even
And
the point is
you
made in
can't
the
help
chat that
someone that doesn't want to be helped.
the point is even made in the chat that McDonald's did sell pizza for a while, but they didn't stop selling burgers at the same time. That's basically what Disney is doing here with Marvel. They have decided we're no longer going to sell burgers, the Big Mac. Nope, fuck that. Nope, no more Iron Man, no more any of this other stuff. You're getting just McPizza and that's it. And then when people are going, well, fuck this McPizza because it tastes like shit.
Yeah.
They're like, well, fuck, I guess we should go back to burgers. It's like, well, it's too late now. Nobody's going to care about your fucking burgers no more.
Oh dear, oh dear.